Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 3rd. You start with this great big love card and also this bearing fruit card, which is great. This could literally say the things that you love are going to be bearing fruit, and we are definitely in a time of love. So, again, I would be using that energy of, working on things that make you feel good, and that's really what I would focus on. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Four of Cups. The Eight of Cups. I think I said the Eight of Pentacles, but obviously it's the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups can represent walking away from things that no longer serve you. We have two eclipses this month as well of March, and the Eight of Cups is the only card in the tarot really that has an eclipse on it. And by the way, also I'm noticing you have this card that says a new start is coming, and it says new moon on it. And so I am recording this video on the 27th, which is the Pisces full new moon, sorry. And again, moons can last for like 5 days before and 5 days after. So this video will be published on the 28th, and if you're watching it within 5 days of the 27th, basically, then you could be thinking about a new start at the time of the new moon that we're having on the 27th. But I'm noticing all this moon energy going on in your reading here. And again, we have two eclipses this month. One in Virgo. Sorry, I just hit puberty, so my voice is cracking. But we have one in Virgo, one in Aries, and I think it's like the 17th and the 29th of the month. So these eclipses could be affecting you. Obviously, one of them is in your sign. And the Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve you. Now, with eclipses, we can definitely eclipse things out of our life, like, things that are just a waste of time, or, things that no longer serve us. I kind of get the feeling from this reading that you just can't even get motivated to do anything anymore. And, sometimes that is the answer, right? It's like if you can't even get motivated to do something, sometimes that is like your inner guidance system telling you that it's time for something new. And you have the Magician. I'm going to show you here first. The Magician is pointing down here to the High Priestess. So the Magician I kind of look at as a card of needing to have a new beginning. I think most people think of the Fool as the initiator. He is card number 0 in the tarot, and he represents the start of the journey. And most people would say that he would represent, getting started on a new beginning. But it's like sometimes I feel that the Magician, because he's card number 1, he comes after the Fool. Sometimes I feel like he is just like a momentary hesitation on a new beginning, where it's like you're thinking about a new beginning, and then you get to the Magician, and you're kind of having like a minute of pause. He is maybe taking some time to look at the tools that he has at his disposal here. He has mastery over all the suits in the tarot, and he also is a card of reinvention. So to step into something new, sometimes we do have to reinvent ourselves. We have to become the type of person that can be successful doing whatever we're trying to do. And I feel like the Magician is saying that, but pointing to the High Priestess is also kind of paused. Not really, but kind of. She's sitting there. She kind of represents mysteries and secrets, but she would represent needing to explore the things you don't know. And I feel that would be a good thing for you to do at this time. You have the Four Cups. I think a lot of us need to get over the disappointments, right? we had Pluto in Capricorn for a very long period of time. And, luckily, Pluto is not in Capricorn anymore. But I think one of the challenges that everyone is experiencing right now is that we could be guided in a new direction, but at the same time, we could be thinking about all the things that we have tried up until this point that haven't worked. And so it's almost like I think everyone... I think we need to not ruin things before we get started. We need to not live in the past, basically, because I think we all kind of are living in the past in a way, because we're all saying like, there's no point in starting this new beginning because it's just not going to work, because nothing has worked for 20 years, right? And so we all kind of have to release that, and I definitely feel that energy on the Four of Cups for sure. It's literally just saying to me, release disappointment. Or release the past disappointments, maybe would be a better way to put it. With the Eight of Cups, you have the World. Yes, could be some sort of accomplishment coming in for you. I really do feel it's an amazing time for people to rebuild their world, the energy around you, and, to kind of like work on the energy that you want to be surrounded with. So sometimes I feel the world can just be your world, meaning the world that you live in. And it might be a really good time to kind of like surround yourself with better opportunities, or change your environment, or upgrade your living space, even if you can't move. All that stuff would be very beneficial. With the Magician here, you have the Page of Pentacles, literally a card of a new beginning, right? The Page of Pentacles is the card of studiousness. So he has to learn something new, but, he is all about having a new beginning, or kind of like starting something new. So, there you go. With the Four of Cups, you have the Lovers. Could be a little bit of love coming in for you here, but I really feel this is like a choice. With the Lovers, we have to pick the new path. So I feel this is saying like, let go of the past, pick the new path in your life as well. But there also could be new love. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, can't make this up. It says path to knowledge. You're journeying into the realm of knowledge to assist you in personal growth. There you go. You have this Dragonfly Spirit. It says shift your way of thinking and tackle the issue from a different angle. I feel, again, a lot of people need to do this right now. We are in a time of reinvention, and you have that Magician. And so if one way to do something doesn't work, we just have to approach it from a different angle. I've noticed, just over the past few months, even before the year started, kind of like at the end of December, that there have been, people have been getting more cards of what I would say is perspective. You have the Star. We'll talk about it in a second, but it is definitely a card of perspective. You have the Knight of Pentacles here. Really funny. I like how this reading is laid out. I will say that, because like the cards are playing very nicely together. But we have the Knight of Pentacles to the Knight of Wands. Knight of Pentacles is no movement, and Knight of Wands is like the most action that you can take on something. So I feel pretty good about this. And I'm not the biggest fan of the Knight of Pentacles, but because he's the only knight that isn't moving. He's just standing there on his horse and not really doing anything. But he can represent progress, of course. And I do feel, it's almost like you could be learning something because of the Page of Pentacles and the High Priestess, which we'll talk about in a second. And also this Knight of Pentacles. He also has one pentacle here. But it's almost like you could be learning something that is motivating you to take action, which is good. You have the Star card. The Star card is a card of perspective. We have this bird right here, and the bird can represent getting a bird's eye view on something. And again, a lot of people get this message, so I think it's an amazing time for perspective. Like, we have to zoom out. We have to look at the big picture, and I feel if we look at the big picture of what we're working on or what we're working towards, that will probably lead to the most success. Again, very good card, but really the only message I'm getting here is that you need to look at the big picture of your life and kind of really look at where you're going and make sure you're going in the right direction, right? You have the High Priestess. Very intuitive time. We have a ton of energy in Pisces right now. And so, almost everyone has also had the High Priestess. So we really need to trust our intuition. I feel for you here, Aries, that the High Priestess is talking about like learning. Again, she can represent mysteries or secrets, but she doesn't say just let things be a secret. She says learn about things that are a mystery. There's probably a lot of gold for you in the things that you don't know. So I think with her, it would be an amazing time to learn. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Two of Wands. Yeah, Two of Wands is taking the lead. Two of Wands is progress as well. So I do feel that you are making progress. I almost feel this is just kind of like a clue for me as the reader that the Knight of Pentacles is making progress, because normally I feel like he isn't making progress. But in this situation, I do feel that you are progressing. With this Star, you have the Empress. Look at this right here. So you have the Empress and the Emperor. Really, it does seem to be a good time for you for love here, Aries. So, for those of you that are hoping for a connection, definitely could be a good time for you just in general. I mean, Venus is going to retrograde in your sign. It's going to retrograde back into Pisces, but then you're kind of getting like a double dose of Venus, because Venus will start moving forward in April or whatever, April 12th or whatever it is, and then you're going to get like that double dose of Venus energy. So if you want love, definitely would be a really good time to get out there and find it. With the High Priestess, you have the Seven of Cups. I feel really good about this as well. Personally, I like the Seven of Cups. Sometimes I don't. Again, I read intuitively and I just base it off of my feelings, right? But I feel really good about this for you, mostly because of the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles in your reading. I feel a lot of you have been looking for, it's almost like you've been looking for, something that inspires you, something that excites you. Sometimes I think it's like we want to make progress in life, but we just have no clue what to do. And so I feel that for a lot of you, you could be discovering like more, that you have more options than you realize. And, obviously that could be a good thing. Next in the area, messages from your future self, you have this card that says, bring love into the situation. Your first two cards are great big love and bearing fruit. So, I'm not talking about a person, but just the energy of love is going to be very important for you. You have this new moon. It says a new start is coming. We already know that. So today, I'm shooting this on the day of the new moon. And so, again, even if you're watching it after, it doesn't matter. You could still be taking advantage of some sort of new beginning. You have the Knight of Wands. I feel really good about this Knight of Wands as just in general in this reading. I feel that what I was trying to say is that this is you in this reading. So I feel you're feeling more adventurous. I also feel like you're more willing to build. I look at the Knight of Wands as the true builder in the tarot. He goes on an adventure, and if he doesn't have something that he needs on his adventure, he will just build it, if he needs to, and he'll figure it out. So I feel that. I also feel that we are in a very spontaneous time where, there could just be random opportunities that pop up at this time. And so he is willing to look at any random opportunities that come his way, and he will take advantage of those opportunities as they come. So, I think taking advantage of opportunity would be a good thing for you here. You have the Emperor. The Emperor is also about taking control. The Emperor is your card, of course. So whenever you show up as yourself, it really puts you in a position of power and strength. I always say he has this Ankh right here. The Ankh is a symbol of like rebirth, and I feel a lot of you could be experiencing kind of like a rebirth, or you could be undergoing a rebirth, or having a rebirth moment. So especially with that Magician, you could be reinventing yourselves or kind of putting yourself on display in a different way in the world. And I feel that would be really, really good for you with the Emperor. He's finally kind of like bossing up, and I kind of get that feeling a little bit for you in this reading, Aries, that you could like finally be bossing up, or you really could be getting to that next stage. You have the Queen of Cups. Again, very intuitive time. Don't doubt your intuition for sure. If you're getting any intuitive hits or any intuitive messages, I would pay attention to that. The other thing I would say is we have extremely strong nurturing energy right here with the Star, the Empress, and the Queen of Cups. These are all cards of really nurturing something. And so, I would really nurture the things that you want to see grow in your life. And if you do that, you'll be very happy that you did. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Judgment card. It's like you're waking up here. I feel like you're waking up to your true potential, what you're truly capable of. This could be coming through, kind of like doing hard things in life with that Knight of Pentacles. It's like sometimes he doesn't get a result right away, the Knight of Pentacles. He has to plant seeds in that field behind him, and that could take some time. And plus he has to like nurture it, right? He has to kind of take care of that field. He has to weed it, water it, fertilize it, give it sunlight, all that other stuff. So I feel that with the Judgment card, that you're finally like waking up to your potential. With the Emperor, you have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, victory. A big win. I kind of feel like you're being proven right here. It's like you and Pisces have been getting this message lately of, people seeing that you are right about something in the world. So that could be good. There could be a lot of people who are saying, you know what, Aries, you were right. You're always right, Aries. And, I feel that this could be like a feeling of a victory here. I also get this like sense of kind of like confidence off of this Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is above these mountains. And the Ace of Swords being above the mountains says that there will always be obstacles in life, but you will always be able to overcome those obstacles. But it's almost like you're starting to believe that. I feel like you're no longer letting those like little things get in the way, which is good. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Three of Wands. Yeah, you have 2 cards of leadership. Well, more. You have more than just 2 cards of leadership, but the Three of Wands and the Two of Wands can both represent taking the lead in your life. And I really do feel that this reading is more about you. Yeah, sure, there's love showing up in the reading, but I feel like the reading, just in general, is about you taking control, taking the lead in your life and like making things happen. I also feel that the Three of Wands, there's something in this reading as well about you getting results. Like, maybe, I don't know, you're going to have to tell me. Like, this is not intuitive, right, what I'm about to say, but I just kind of have like a suspicion here that you've been working and like not getting good results. And, the Three of Wands can represent your ships coming in. So I feel for a lot of you that you could finally be getting results for the work that you've been doing. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this denial card. It says, are you refusing to face the reality about some aspect of your financial life? Again, this is the good stuff, so you're probably fixing this. You have this impatience card. You're an Aries. It says, it takes time to build an empire. I literally said this with that Knight of Pentacles. Your desire for instant results can hinder your ability to make good decisions. Yes. Again, it's coming up in the good stuff, so I feel like you will fix this. But I literally said that on the Knight of Pentacles. I was getting something on the Knight of Pentacles about like the time that something is going to take. It's going to take time. So don't rush the results, and also be patient for the results because it'll be worth it, is really what that Knight of Pentacles is saying. You have the Five of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Devil. The Five of Swords to me always represents taking a risk when it shows up in the good stuff. So, I feel that we kind of are in a good time for taking a risk. Now, he has won something. So again, some of you could be having a victory. And we go from the Ace of Swords up to the Five of Swords. And the Ace of Swords can represent a victory. You have the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like your vision is much more clear. Remember what we were saying on that star card. It's about getting a bird's eye view. And the Seven of Pentacles, he's analyzing the results that he has been getting on the work that he has done. So I feel that your ability to see what is working and what's not working is much better than it has been, which is great. Again, I think people don't realize that really it is sometimes hard to see what is working. Even me, like literally before I started this channel, I had a marketing agency, and all I would do is go into businesses and say, this is working, this isn't, you need to stop doing this and start doing this. That's literally what I would do. Like, yes, I'm overly simplifying it, but like literally all I would do is identify what's working. That's it, right? And I would just say, double down on the good stuff, right? I say this all the time for a reason, and it's made me very successful. So, again, I think the Seven of Pentacles, sometimes we just have to stop. And even me, I did this for a living, and I'm not perfect, right? Sometimes I have to get outside eyes. Sometimes I have to get someone else to look at what I'm doing so I can identify what's working. And, the Seven of Pentacles is really about what's doing that. And that's what I feel like you need to do here. You have the Devil. The Devil can represent toxic energy. I do feel like Aries has been, I don't think you've been dealing with toxic energy. I just feel like sometimes there are certain people that get in your way. And maybe not even like in that big of a deal, but just maybe sometimes there are people who kind of like slow you down, or, people who take up a day or something like that. And I feel that you could be removing those people from your life. With the Five of Swords, you have the Knight of Wands. Yes, whatever you're being called to here, I would take the risk. I think this is saying that the risk is going to be worth it. The Knight of Wands is always an adventure, so I would definitely go on the adventure. With the you cannot make this up. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Five of Swords again. So it's like we have these repeating cards here. Repeating cards are kind of confirmation for the message. They just basically are the universe saying, I meant what I said. With the Devil, you have the Two of Swords. Some of you could finally be seeing through a person who is like a devil person, or who is kind of like slowing you down, which, obviously that could be a good thing for sure. You could be removing yourself from a toxic situation. You have this April card. I always clarify these monthly cards. You have this Carriage. It says a journey, either physical or mental. We do see a lot of travel in this reading. World, Two of Wands, Three of Wands. So if you're thinking about traveling, even if it's just like, a short distance away, I think travel could be very beneficial for you at this time, and I would do it. You have this January card, and this vulture. It says depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Mars retrograde in Leo. Yes, Mars retrograded into Cancer. I don't care. It started in Leo, and yes, Mars is moving forward right now in Cancer. I don't care. It's really, we're not out of the shadow until May. Mars retrograde, especially in a fire sign, can make us feel like people are doing things behind our back and all this other stuff. Really, the best thing we can do is ignore it and also tell ourselves it's probably not true. So, definitely something to pay attention to. You have this purse card. It says, pay attention to your finances. I think everyone between now and like 2033 needs to keep an eye on their finances and, don't take unnecessary financial risk, I would say, with this card. You have this stork. It says, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. We see a lot of newness in this reading, so, definitely something new. You have this arrow. It says, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Yeah, we have a lot of symbolism that says that. Judgment especially, but also, the 2 wands, 3 wands, all this stuff. So you are definitely on the right path here, Aries, and I would just keep going in the direction that you are going in. And, that's really all you need. Very simple reading. Very straightforward. So love it. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. And definitely enjoy your month.